What an exciting time to be playing Crush Them All with all of you. There have been some big changes lately, and one of the changes has been the introduction of the Prismatic shards through the Paragon system. That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video, and hopefully helping guide some of you on where it is safe to spend Prismatic shards if you don't have as much time to spend ascending to earn more. I'm looking forward to another exciting year as we start 2022 off strong. The first and best part about this chain is that it has made staging super relevant and important in the game. Staging has long been neglected and hasn't been a priority for most players since guild raid events were the big thing, which was right around the introduction of the 7-star heroes and awakens when all of that was introduced. So that was roughly 3.5 years ago. Since then, the game shifted to be PvP focused, and nothing wrong with that. Prismatic shards through the Paragon system directly influence PvP performance and guild raid event performance. It's relevant for all modes, just like runes are relevant, and it is just so exciting to get to play around with this new system. As with any new system, it has some kinks that will need to be addressed, but it is a great way to improve your heroes. Hopefully by the end of today's video, you'll be better prepared for spending your Prismatic shards conservatively and relevantly. The first major factor to address is that different types of heroes have different Paragon options to spend your Prismatic shards on. Let's look at Misty for instance. Misty offers up both Poison Time and Poison Chance Paragon options. But if we look at other heroes like Hikari, we can see that he has Stun Chance and Stun Duration. Namada doesn't have a third branch at all. Neither does Scud, nor a lot of other relevant heroes for PvP modes. Also worth noting that there are 2 pages, and if you click Defensive, you can see that you also have options for HP, Evasion, Defense, and Resist. These are all great options for tanks, and to a lesser extent for your DPS heroes too. We'll dig into my recommendations in a few minutes regarding what heroes should get what. As of right now, there are 3 ways to earn Prismatic shards, the main being the Ascend Wheel, the other 2 being the 3v3 rewards mailed out daily and weekly, as well as the 3 vs 3 shop, where I recommend buying the daily 2 limit every day after reset. Prismatic shards are very relevant, and you can't go wrong with this particular purchase. I definitely earn the most from the Ascend Wheel. I go to my max stage and I ascend. After that I dump gold onto my staging heroes and pop relevant time skips, ascend, and cross my fingers for Prismatic shards. That's the best way to earn them in my opinion. Time consuming, but worth it. Before we move on, I want to answer the question on staging teams I know I'm about to get asked. Early in, the best staging team is simply Luca, Voodoo Dagger or Pinky, Monkey King, One Eye, then Hikari after he is 4 stars, and finally Kasume. Once you have a 6-star Hikari and a 7-star Dark Wolf, then it is faster to have Namada or Parato, Misty, Scud, Hikari, and Dark Wolf. Stagger your prisms, but a good strategy I've found for faster ascents is to skip prisms for the next hero in line. For beating stage 10,000, I'd need to invest more prisms into my Dark staging hero. And although I have more than enough to do that, I instead invested into my Water, Earth, Fire, and Light staging heroes. Which means I can easily hit stage 9,990 offline or with time skips. This creates a natural bottleneck where I can't get past stage 10,000 without improving my Dark staging hero further. When I can make the jump to better ascend rewards on the Ascension Wheel, then I'll move my cap up to that threshold and do the same thing again. Just a little trick I do to make it easier on ascends, and at my current levels I can spend my gold immediately on ascend, not invest into the village at all, and just time jump then ascend repeatedly. This makes for very fast ascends if it's something you're interested in doing yourself. Focusing back on the topic at hand, we should start taking a look at where to spend your Prismatic shards once you've started earning them. We're going to focus first on your arena team, then immediately look at priorities there. For most players, you will have 1 or 2 tanks, and then debuffers and DPS. For now, we're going to ignore the debuffers completely. Let's start with your main tank, This is also referenced as your wall tank. This is the one meant to rush to the front and soak up damage for everything else. I'd recommend taking HP and Evasion to level 5 on each, then taking HP to 10. However, if you're using a Knight as your primary tank, then you'll also want to take Knight Shield HP to level 10 as well. Knight Shield HP is found under the Resist arm, so you'll need to drop a level in there too. Once you've done this, you'll want to switch focus to your main DPS heroes. You'll know who they are since they're your primary damage dealers. Scud, Trickster, and for me, Seraph, are my 3 main focuses. I have the same basic strategy for them. I prioritize attack per second, attack, critical chance, and then critical damage in that order. I focus on attack per second until it is level 10, then balance the other 3 I mentioned until they are level 5. Then I raise attack per second to 15, and raise the rest to level 10. I don't have the time to spend really ascending enough to max everything, but that is of course the eventual goal, is to get everything maxed. I do also raise all of my DPS heroes 5 levels in HP. This isn't very expensive to do and greatly increases their survivability. You don't have to do that, but Mr. Moogle recommended I put 4 levels into HP for my DPS heroes, and I think it was solid advice. I'll also add that since I'm using my Seraph as my main crusher in 4 different guild raid events, namely Frostwing, Gunlord, Astrolab, and Twinface, and I've given her additional levels in several areas on account of that. Boy, does that make a difference. To recap, we want tanks to be tanky with HP and evasion, and we want DPS to hit fast and hit hard with attack per second, attack and critical buffs. This is the in general advice I can offer for these basic archetypes. Specific heroes have different needs though, and we'll discuss some of that next. The crown jewel under the new Paragon system has proven to be Monkey King so far. A maxed Monkey King with attack speed and stun prismatic shard investments, and a lot of AoE on his runes, can basically blanket the whole field in permastun. The most direct counter to this is Namada, but some heroes that can't be stunned are Atlantis and Sir Shu, which may be viable options for you to try running too. Increasing attack range and resist of a hero that can hit Monkey King could also work at countering him. Heroes like Manta, Frost Queen, or potentially even Cersei could all be used to help you break free from permastun status. Frenzy being removed from the Paragon system entirely is in the 1.7.9 update that's about to be released next week. However, attack speed and stun Paragon investments for Monkey King still make him a monstrous threat. Which means in a nutshell that investing at least a little into your what are DPS heroes resist is probably beneficial in countering Monkey King. Again, no easily direct counters, and you should always consider running your own Monkey King and permastun theirs right back. I'd love to hear from you regarding this meta shift, and if it's something you yourself do for effectiveness or not. Let me know in the comments section below. Other heroes are also shining under this new system. Tansu in particular has seen better use of his walls, as they've gotten a substantial HP boost from his Paragon HP. His ability to debuff enemy dark attack can also have a substantial impact on matches, as many players are still running dark heavy DPS teams. Trickster was already great, but is truly thriving with the attack per second and attack buffs available. Another hero shining under this new system is Dark Knight, officially surpassing Gladiator in terms of capabilities of the Knight Shield HP Paragon branch, making him the best early rare tank option over Gladiator now. Gladiator is still good, just not as good in light of Dark Knight when prismatic shards are invested. I'd like to hear from you what other heroes you think are really shining that I haven't already mentioned. It'd be great to have some other examples. Mr. Moogle did point out that giving Paragon enhancements to sub 7-star heroes would make Blitz much harder given the way enemies are generated for that mode, though giving them to 8-star heroes will make Blitz easier. He did also stress that power can now be misleading as well. You can give a 1-star hero 750,000 power, and it'd still be extremely weak. But you could give an 8/8 hero another 500,000 power, and make him 3 times as good as he is now. So tread carefully when choosing matchups against enemies you're not familiar with, and likewise, you may be able to hide some power amongst your own heroes too. There will be some balance changes coming to this new system. Here's a screenshot from the announcements posted on the official Discord on January 18th for patch 1.7.9. And while we will cover these changes in a separate video, I still felt it imperative to share here, to show that changes to the system are in the works, and some aspects should be getting easier to work with from here on out. If you've not already subscribed to this channel, I'd recommend doing that now. Subscribing supports this channel and allows you to stay up to date on all the latest Crush Them All news and information. As I wrap up today's video, I'd like to thank several Discord users who helped contribute to the content covered today. Namely, I'd like to thank Mithras, USO Remix, and Mr. Moogle for their substantial contributions. I'd also like to thank users such as yourself who watch my videos and encourage me to continue making content. Your contributions are more appreciated than you know. If you'd like to support this channel in other ways, there are several things you can do. Comments, likes, and subscribing are great ways to show your support. You can also show your support financially by contributing to my Patreon. The link to becoming a patron of this YouTube channel is in the description below this video as well. That's all the time we have for today. I appreciate you watching this video through to the very end. Thanks for watching.